Okay, what is your name and where are you from?
My name's Sharon Faith and I live in Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm originally from Whidbey Island and grew up in the Seattle area.
What do you do for a living?
I have been a travel coordinator since 2008, and before that I've really done just about everything. I've never had one particular career.
Okay, what was your first bike and how long have you been riding?
My first bike was a 2003 Kawasaki Vulcan, and I started riding approximately 7 years ago, and I put about 25,000 miles on my little Kawasaki.
Okay. What type of riding do you do and what motorcycle do you have now?
I currently have the 2007 Suzuki V-Strom 650, and I personally like to do solo long distance riding. However, the last couple years I've been interested in doing more off-road. I've done some dirt, and that I prefer to do with other people for safety.
Okay. What are some of the places that you have ridden?
I have ridden all over the Southeast, and that to me is up to North Carolina, DC, over to Louisiana, and all over Florida, of course. And I've ridden the Smoky Mountains. I rode all the way across the United States on back roads from Seattle to Jacksonville, and I've also rented bikes up and down the West Coast and in Peru, Nicaragua, and Australia.
Wow. Does any one experience stand out most and why?
Probably my favorite experience was riding in Peru. It was very challenging for me. I didn't have really any off-road skills, and it was approximately 800 miles in the Andes Mountains, and about 80% of that was dirt. I did have a little Honda Falcon 400, so it was a little bit more manageable than this big bike. And we rode up to 14,500 feet and into some deep jungle, and it was just completely awesome.
Okay. Did any special life event get you more passionate about riding? If so, what was it?
In about 2003, I went through a really rough breakup, and I kind of had lost myself. So when I was finding out who I was, I wrote up a list of things to do, and one of them was to learn how to ride a motorcycle. And so I went ahead with that goal and got licensed, and ever since then been riding.
What is one valuable lesson that riding motorcycles has taught you about life in general?
Motorcycling, I think most has taught me that when I'm doing something, I need to stay in the present and in the moment and pay attention to what's directly in front of me, and also that I have to rely on my own personal skills to whatever I put into life or into a project or into anything, that I'm going to get out what I put into it, and that I can always learn from everyone that I meet and to be totally inspired by people.
That is the last question.
All right, well, thanks a lot. I wanted to participate in my own project, so thanks for listening.